Hi, welcome to Black Amethyst Oracle. This is Carmen, and today I am doing a really deep dive into the superconscious realm, and I'm looking for messages that want to come to light now, that it's time for them to surface. Things you may be disregarding, whether intentionally or not, just nagging hints that are there beneath the surface to be uncovered now for you here in this reading. Each of these groups already has some oracles drawn. I believe doing it this way gives each of these groups an established energy base that when you're looking at this here now, you're also getting intuitively a sense of what has already been pulled for them. That's how I feel about it. So some I will do live on the spot and some have already been drawn. The way that I believe I'm going to do this is lay out cards, tarot, possibly more oracle, whatever I need to get the messages as I work through it. I may speed up through that process, and then I'll begin to talk when everything's on the table and I already kind of have meditated on the messages that I'm getting. That's my plan. But, you know, I reserve the right to change that. All right, let's get into the groups, and I will insert a still photograph if you really want to pause on that. It may be more clear than what this video is giving. I've zoomed it in, but still. Number one is celestite. And the card that I chose, not drew, to represent you is travel inward. The words may or may not make a difference to you. The image is really important in the stone, the crystal. Number two is golden rutilated quartz. And this card says indestructible enlightenment. And number three is labradorite. Let me get that flash. There it is. And the card says the dream is the portal. All right. Take a feel, and I'll see you there. Hi, group one. This is the card you chose in the celestite. These are oracles for you. Owl, water, wolf, crystal visions, and another owl. I swear to you, I did not choose those. I will tell you that I tried to start this reading 2 times with a different deck. I really thought I was going to be using this other deck, and it kicked me out. Like, it just was like, no. So I felt it was this one, and sometimes you just ask the deck. I just ask, is this the deck I should use? And I can tell by the card, and this one gave me a favorable answer. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to lay down some cards, and then I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to do some meditation, and if at any point, which I expect there will be a point when I'm just in a more meditative place, I will pause or cut so you don't have to sit there. All right. Messages about current and recent energy. Surface level, current, recent energy. 4 of Pentacles, surface level, current, recent energy. Emperor, surface level, current, recent. For 1. 7 of Wands. Four of Pentacles. 5 of Cups. Emperor. Oops. 5 of Swords. 7 of Wands. Ace of Wands. So before I get into the rest and all of that, the current, recent, surface level energy for you. This is something that should resonate and you should identify with in order to know that this is likely you. I'm seeing here that lately you may have been feeling possibly not great. What I'm getting here is that efforts that you've made, areas you wanted to put your energy, to put your focus, to situations you may have wanted to control, situations and circumstances that might have asked, you know, for your you know, your courage and strength and you sort of like setting boundaries. You know, you may have been tested is what I'm getting. Like you may have been tested in an area or a situation where you were interested in having something unfold, you know what I mean? Something may have ended up being a bit disappointing. Something may have felt dark and a little heavy with regard to just a feeling of just things not turning out how you wanted, things being upsetting, disappointing, right? Something that a hope possibly that you were holding on to may have actually disappointed you a little bit. You know, a situation that you thought maybe possibly that you felt you had a handle on, control over, you know, like you had it was good, it was going well or whatever. You may have encountered some sort of discord, you know, some sort of roadblock, some unexpected confrontation or conflict, right? And then in the, you know, in this, it seems to me though that you've been able to conjure the strength. You've been able to still feel within you a little fire, you know, a little feistiness even. Like maybe this thing has pissed you off. Maybe this thing has made you said, okay, that's not happening again. You know what I mean? So yeah, this may be you if your current energy has been, or at least to your knowledge, you know, you're in your awareness lately, in your surface life, you've been a little disappointed and had to find find your own, your own way through it by yourself. You may be feeling kind of alone. And have, at times be feeling strong and fine about that. And then at times feeling a little bit sad about it, but that's kind of it. So yeah, if that's you, then we'll, I would say stick around. I'm going to get into some more cards, and then I will talk about everything, about the big message for you. Okay. What you need to know. Two of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. The Lovers. Just gonna fit. Six of Pentacles. Okay. I can already tell you that what the big message that wants to be revealed to you today, right now, through me, is definitely a message about proper alignment and timing. And I hate to just be a meme, but like, truly, rejection is protection. Truly. When things aren't working out in a moment, in a situation, you have to know, you have to trust that you are being guided to what is absolutely right for you. And I know wanting to know what that is, and we may be able to get into it a little bit, but I want you to know you have owl twice. And that alone, just on the ends here, everything about that tells me that you're guided, you're protected and guided through a whole host of spiritual energy that is just concerned that your goodness and light be protected, because there's a reason for that. The reason being, what I'm getting is you have a great deal to share and a great deal to offer to others. They're with this wolf and this crystal visions. You're somebody who can. This wolf card says teacher, but I see so much more in the wolf. Like, it has to me, a wolf is about instincts and trust. And crystal visions, again, is about really just finding the vision and finding the messages in your own abilities and powers. Like, you may feel like you're someone who can really decipher well, like your connectedness is not in question here, as far as like your ability to receive the messages and to see what's going on and to intuit situations and things accurately, which I think anytime you've wanted to kind of do something and you felt like it was right and you get thrown off and it's like it wasn't necessarily what what you expected. I understand as much as anybody that when your own intuition, you feel like it's failing you, that's like a blow. Like, I get that. I have that really bad, actually. If my intuition fails me, if I read somebody or a situation wrong, it's more devastating that I let myself down, because I feel so connected and I feel so in touch. But the message here being, yes, the Six of Wands, you have that inside of you. And it's not that you led yourself astray. It's that these are all pieces of getting the puzzle together right and getting things into the proper alignment. Because here, Two of Pentacles, the Lovers, Two of Cups, sorry, Two of Cups and the Lovers, Eight of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. This is so strong. This is the message here. This was all situational for current and recent, superficial world. This is the depth. This is the crux of the message that I have for you today, more so than even this stuff. Here we have true bond and connectedness coming, waiting there, available, happening, in the works, you know. This is the intimacy and the depth that you may crave. And that could be in a relationship, that could be in some other passionate endeavor, something that you are, whatever it is you are disappointed about, something that you're really hoping to manifest and to experience in your life is certainly in the works. This Lovers is beneath the Two of Cups is telling me this, that it's just a matter of timing, and we have to be patient. It's not always about what we want and how fast we want it, you know? Like, there's just so much more than just us. There's so much more to these matters and these deep good things, you know. We can't, what are we, do we really expect to just go through life and have everything handed to us? No, but when we become impatient and we begin to question what's at play, that energy alone could be throwing off the results we're looking for. Because, you know, on a spiritual level, an energy could be sort of suggesting that you're missing the point, and until you get the point, you don't get the prize, right? So you know, Eight of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, just beautiful energy about growth and goodness, in my opinion. These are the building of substantial, worthwhile things and connections in life. This is, you know, working toward something that truly matters and pays off, something that is balanced and in a way karmic, is what I'm feeling here. These are very strong. Eight of Pentacles is such a learning and growth and desire to do that, to build. And then the Six of Pentacles is the wonderful give and take, the balance of kindness and goodwill, you know, between you and the things you do and care about. So there's really nothing but good stuff here. your ability to see what to see what's going on, to see the results, to see why things happen the way they do. That clarity is coming soon. You may have new acquaintances in your life or new people around you. Pay special attention to truth and new information, new knowledge that you can receive through new people around you, or a new person, but it feels like people. If you're in any kind of fresh environment where you're able to exchange ideas and get to know people, it feels to me like there's a serendipity around some of these paths crossing so that you can receive information. Some of the newer people or person or people entering your life in a probably platonic or associate kind of way, an acquainted way, are bringing with them messages. So you may be talking to someone, just having a conversation, and realize some synchronicities that are happening in your life and the things that are happening in their life. And there's a reason why the person that you're talking to, this is a spiritual guidance type of thing. These feel like platonic connections. These feel like people you meet in passing. Could be clients, could be new friends, could be friend of friends, could be just any sort of like someone you talk to on the elevator, like a lot of people as messengers for you to help you kind of hear your own inner messages. Like they'll echo something that you've thought. They'll echo something that you've been feeling or whatever. And it's a reinforcing that I'm getting. Like there's a reason. They're there to reinforce that is a valid thing for you to be putting focus into and pondering, considering. I'm getting a message. I got slowed down and with relation to your patience in the knowingness. Sometimes intuitive messages come like a light on. They come that way. But you have to remember there's a great mystery in a lot of the ways things unfold, and a lot of the ways that truth shows itself. Sometimes it's not that clear. Sometimes it's not just a sudden knowing. And you can have a mixture. You don't have to have one design. You don't have to be someone who like always gets your messages just delivered on a silver platter. It may sometimes take more of really like a relaxed space, like a real like not even looking for it kind of vibe, like just an openness and a relaxed energy. If you admit that you want to receive your messages and you're waiting patiently, if you just, these owls, I just got this feeling about how they're nocturnal, and how really during the day, they're at rest. You don't really see a lot of owls in the daytime often. And I mean, you do, but for the most part, owls are at rest in the daytime. And I think I think this is just, I'm getting this feeling that for you, slowing down and just allowing information to come to you instead of too desperately trying to read into any little sign. Like, allow the signs to reveal themselves in their way. I hope I'm not rambling too much. I'm sorry. Your usual spots. Wherever you feel comfortable and relaxed, the places in your life, if you have these places where you feel the most at ease and safe, are the places. I guess what I'm trying to say is you're just going to get your intuition is coming in ordinary ways, you know, like you don't have to go out into the forest or to the ocean, or a lot of these things I love to do, and you know, to get the peace and to get the clarity and the serenity in order to hear your deeper mind. I get here that you can get information you need from your deeper self, your higher self, just in your ordinary safety zone, whatever that is for you. With special regard to this message over here about the guided timing. We're talking about an admirer coming in guided timing. Regarding work paying off, growth, the aspiration to grow, and the receiving of the sharing and this giving and taking, giving and receiving, the giving and receiving of good stuff, and as a reward for growth, for the desire to grow, as a reward for your sheer willingness to ascend. Work more specifically. So over here, you know, talking about important connections and divine timing involved in your relationships. I feel, you know, something very worthwhile coming in for you, as far as like someone really seeing your worth and someone really appreciating you. This could be in love, and this could be in just respecting what you do, but certainly over here in this willingness to work and grow and desire to truly be in reciprocal giving, sharing, kindness energy. This seems to be related to what you're doing. I got the work card, so the work you're putting in, you know, being rewarding is the message here. So just be sure that you're not feeling drained by what you do for a living, for your, you know, whatever it is that you're doing. You don't want to let that drain you, because you're going to get what you give. You are going to get what you give, at least, because there is a growth happening and there is a reward happening. It's not just give, give, give. So make sure that what you're giving is what you want to get. very intentional in your work zone and in your, where you're expending that sort of focus, like the passion involved in your sort of, I wish I knew better words to say it, because I don't think that everything has to be a job or a career. It can also be an endeavor or a pursuit. But these are talking about, when I say work and these sorts of things, it's just talking about what it is you do, you know, do your actions in your life, the ones that get you through your days and create your lifestyle. Regarding this admirer, I just got a strong hit that there will be sort of a super duper intensity between you, really the first time you look in each other's eyes. And I got drinks. Could be in an environment where there are drinks, and even if you're not a drinker, could be an environment where there are drinks, like a party or a bar or social event. Maybe that's where this eye connection happens. You meet someone and you're talking to them and you really just notice the way they look into your eyes, the way you're looking into each other. It feels very it's kind of just invigorating. It's kind of like you're really looking into my eyes. Like you're not just you, like the intent is there. No regrets. I honestly just got the feeling that, you know, this may not apply to everyone, but I just got the feeling that, you know, if you end up like hooking up with this person right away, kind of moving really fast or like something like that, it's all good. All right. What about over here? What's been going on? How can kind of messages do I have regarding the situations that have been happening, or whatever's been happening? Yeah, this is something that recently happened. Within the last month, 4 or 5 weeks, probably. With someone. Within some of this, for some of you, there may have been a factor of someone being away. This disappointment could have been around a lost opportunity to go somewhere, or someone going away and something happening. I just got the feeling of a door closing. When maybe someone told you they would be out of town. Take this how it resonates. I just get it as an excuse, whatever that means to you. Something else you need to know about what's been going on recently. I get the feeling that somebody, your pace and someone else's pace were not going to align well, no matter what you thought about it. The truth of the matter that you may have disregarded is that you're just on different timelines that are nowhere near in sync, even if it felt like it. And even if it's what you wanted and you wanted to hold it together, it doesn't feel like you're on the same page. And this could be, you know, obviously romantic, but it also could be in another sort of collaboration, whatever this energy was about. Situational. Tell me more from Owl Messenger, please. Real life. Yeah, look for signs in real life and look for signs inside. I feel when we talked about your usual spots, and like I said, you know, the place where you receive your intuition and your massive traffic, you know, when it comes to instincts and intuition, the places where you're safe and comfortable don't have to be extravagant. It's within you. It's, you know, in your bathtub, on your couch, in your bed, in your backyard, whatever. And then, you know, here in real life, like it's the Owl Messenger today, we're coming in real strong, wanted me to say that it is your very real and very practical world around you where the magic and the messages are existing. And it's easy to miss them because you're just in your routine and you're in your day-to-day. But like I said, you may be meeting people, and it could be just someone, like I said, in line at the coffee shop behind you. Like you're crossing these others with light conversation, heavy conversation, whatever the case may be. There's probably several, and these are places where the messages are. In just your ordinary real life, you are guided, and they're coming in as signs. And you know, in our community, there's a lot of hyper awareness about numbers and the clock and all of that, and that's great and that's fine. But this is actually telling me that the messages that you need about what's coming, your intuition is speaking to you in very ordinary ways that you might just overlook because you're looking for the more like magical, mystical ways, right? Does that make sense to you? So I didn't address the emotion in the water card, but I do just feel with that, you may mix your intuition and emotion, as many of us do. And you may feel, you know, like I said down here before, like there may have been a difficulty in distinguishing those things, letting your own self down emotionally because of reading something wrong intuitively. We get carried away in fantasies and sort of fairy tale ideas, and I know that this community does a lot to support some of this, and it makes me mildly uncomfortable. But, you know, and I talk about soulmates too, but you won't hear me talking about twin flames because it's just, I feel you can believe what you want, but I don't want to feed into fantasies and misguided beliefs about what's happening between you and someone. And I see too much about justifying other people's behaviors and believing that they'll be back because of this deep connection. I understand deep connection. I understand people come back, and that's all fine and good. But I'm not going to tell you to cling to a label. So what I do want to know here is just more about what I'm saying and what it is you believe to be true. Be careful. Yeah. Be careful what you tell yourself is the truth. Be careful what you believe is is a label or the black and white of the situation. Regarding what you can share with others, this wolf card and trusting your instinct, there is a feeling here of community. Just a message about this, please. A book. Several books just came into my mind. Your wish. If you've read something or there's something you've wanted to read that you feel is about, you know, what it is you have to offer, I guess the message here is that you're right. Like there's something that you want to do, that you would love to do, that you may have read or been thinking about reading about, that you're on the right track. I'm getting ideas like, you know, if there's a modality that you're interested in exploring, you know, something healing, something that gives and betters other people, then that's a legit avenue for you and your soul's mission. Okay, my ears are super ringing. What else? One more. What you need to know. One more thing you need to know moving forward, specifically about how you'll be feeling emotionally, what you need to remember. It might not be what you thought. I feel that really just, with regard to your emotions and the letdown that we were speaking about here, the disappointment, it's just confirmation for me that, you know, this just wasn't what you told yourself it was. And that's a hard thing to say, and especially in a general. So don't take it if it's not your situation. But if it is, you know I'm not lying to you. There's something about what you have told yourself to believe. This is coming through in everything and in all these messages. And I just got like a wave of chills. I'm like freezing right now. Something about what you told yourself is not what it might not be what you thought. And I think that's why this, you know, all of this about labels and this deep-seated need to have, you know, something very meaningful is absolutely a valid, pure desire. Everybody, well, not everybody, but people want that. You want that, right? You have to trust. You have to trust. You're being guided. Celestite, just to close up, very much as far as crystal visions go, celestite is that connecting crystal. That's to the celestial realm is where the name comes from, you know, like the skies and the heavens. Like we're talking about, because in a lot of mythologies and religions, that's where the energy is up in the sky and the celestial, you know. But for us, like, we realize the sky is an infinite expanse of lots of things, lots of darkness and light. And anyway, a lot of power. So I hope that you're able to get something from this. I feel like I should close out with something else, but I don't know what. I feel like there was enough of a message here though, and I'm gonna quit because it went way longer than I ever intended. So please be well and let me know. Thanks. Hi to the second group. You chose this card and the golden quartz golden rutilated quartz. This is indestructible enlightenment. This is the deck that wanted to be used. It's LINESTRIDER. Oh, so these are the oracles. This is elephant, buffalo, dove. This is the lost domain. And this is the golden egg. So the first thing I'm going to do is get a read on your current and recent surface life, knowingness, awareness. Like, whoa, hello. Can I look at current, recent, surface energy, current, recent, for number 2. Magician, current and recent, the sun, 4 of Pentacles, current and recent with this magician, current and recent, 10 of Swords. Current and recent with the sun. Ace of Swords. Current, recent with the 4 of Pentacles. Come on now. Really? Look at me. I'm struggling. If it wants to come back, I'll let it, but I'm not gonna. Current and recent with the 4 of Pentacles. Close. Knight of Cups. It was a Knight of Wands. It was a knight. Knights are knights. Okay. So just let me go ahead and tell you where we are right now so that you can kind of identify if this feels right for you. So what I'm getting here with the tarot for current and recent, situational, surface knowingness, and events, circumstances that are going on, I get the feeling that you have taken ownership of closing a chapter, realizing that you need to, find your own light and your own, return to self, return to center, seeking, you've had the clarity of knowing that your attitude matters and you can manifest with the way you're thinking. You have been a little more guarded about offers you give and offers you are willing to accept. So that was really quickly, it was a quick summation of what I see here for what you may have been going through recently or currently. Like I said, just a real sort of feeling like you're going to do what's right for you, and that may have involved closing a chapter on something. It could have been a situation in your life, like obviously, just something you were investing in time and energy into, or a relationship. It doesn't, this doesn't have to be love. It could be though, but you certainly seem to be taking on the responsibility of the places where you're putting your magic and your effort. And there's a lot of manifestation energy with you, with the Magician and the Sun. So I feel like you're kind of like maybe feeling your power, and rightfully guarding a bit, as far as like maybe past experiences, things that had to be let go have left you in this place of like feeling more protective of your energy and more discerning of what's on offer. And Knight of Cups often is emotionally, so it doesn't necessarily have to be, but certainly like evaluating those offers on a case-by-case basis and really just, I don't want to say you're not trusting, but your priority is your happiness at this point. And I do see all of this up here. I just noticed golden egg, golden rutilated quartz. This is indestructible enlightenment. I mean, it to me, it feels like you've opened a gate, and I think that this card, the Lost Domain, definitely speaks about letting what is meant to come to you, and things that you may have given up on in the past, or things that you weren't sure about, just sort of like letting certain things fall away and for certain things appear as meant to be. With gratitude, abundance, and forgiveness as the 3 cards that you got, I was kind of like, wow, like this is someone who holds a lot of compassion and a lot of consideration and is a generally good person. And if you don't feel like you have always been that, then it seems like you've kind of like been coming into that. Like this is definitely, the energy of someone who is just looking at life in a grateful way, in a compassionate way, and wanting peace, wanting good community around, wanting groundedness and spiritual connectedness. And I mean, this sounds very general, but for you specifically, this would be more important than, say, the next guy, or the last reading. It's a lot of these things and these types of reading is like, yeah, well, everybody wants that, right? Well, no, not everyone, but also it's more of a priority for you, like more of a place where you are kind of energy. So I hope that you can understand the distinction. Golden Egg speaks about this particular card, made by the lovely Kim Kranz, is about just sort of patiently waiting for the truth and waiting for the light. And it's interesting, and there's a lot about gratitude with this card and the way it was designed, and it has to do with just really appreciating goodness. There's healing energy here. There's a lot of already healed. There's just a true desire for peace. I think I may have said that, but a true desire for calm and serenity and just good peace, for unshakable, connectedness and clarity, like a really ascended vibe of that you have of being in this for something deep, something real, something true. If you found this reading, then I feel you are very connected to your own higher self, and you're very probably good at combining the spiritual and the practical, like the material world and the spiritual world, like probably good at putting what you learned spiritually into play. You seem strong and resilient. Very resilient. Okay, so if that feels like you, I'm going to go on into some more about your big message. Getting 4 cards here about your big superconscious message. Four of Swords. And the Empress. Beautiful. And two more. Queen of Wands. Nine of Swords. Okay. Your big message here for me. It's about having taken the time or needing to take the time to appreciate your own value. And I think you already have, possibly, or it's just very imminent. This Empress energy is really just looking at life and looking at existence in a more beautiful, reverent way. Like appreciating love and beauty, appreciating goodness, appreciating light, appreciating good communication if we're talking practical, appreciating honest effort, appreciating like things that grow and the process, appreciating the process of that, of the artfulness of life and the beauty of existence itself. Like you seem to be, you know, the sun, this magician, all this beautiful stuff up here, gratitude, abundance, forgiveness. There's just a sweet vibe coming from you, and the message coming down to you having really found your way to this place, like found your way through whatever to this state of being is what you seem to be in, to be honest. And you know, you've got a Queen of Wands here, and I'm kind of reading it like this, where it's, you know, it's not just this beautiful reverence and beautiful appreciation. It's also this manifestation energy that I was talking about, like this attractiveness and this, you know, attracting what is meant to be in your life and in your realm, and for better or worse. Now, what I really want to get into is this Nine of Swords. The big message for you is, I feel quite possibly something that you've overcome, or that you're in the process of letting go of, is some of the ideas and some of the practices around your own guilt, regret, and anxiety and worry. You know, if you were previously or have been someone who has been affected by, you know, negative, like shadow energy, you know what I mean? Like negative thoughts, intrusive thoughts, negative feelings, like feeling, wondering, you know, self-worth issues. This is a whole package, the Nine of Swords. Like it's a whole darkness in a little card, you know. And it feels like you've consciously, or are consciously, you've reflected on this type of energy and how it affects your life. You know, you've been able to see kind of what you do to your own self mentally, and instead realize that perspective is everything and relative. Your experience is relative to the way you're deciding to live it and take it in. So I get the feeling that you are in more of a zone of taking the beauty from every scenario, and taking the good, the silver linings, the you know, the lessons, and you're doing it with grace and with optimism and a good attitude, a good outlook. And if none of this is true, and you're like, I'd like to be like that, but I'm not, then that's the message, you know, to be that. I'm going to get into my clue cards to get more messages for you. The first reading went really long. I don't know if this one will be as long. It wasn't meant to. But, okay. Okay. I asked for what you're made of. That's what this card prompted me to ask. And I got a teacher, mentor, or elder. You're probably having, some of the reason you may be in this energy is because you are ultimately connected to very wise ancient knowledge, and you yourself may be able to pass this along energetically. You may have healing qualities that you can share with others. And I feel like this kind of message comes through a lot, but I also feel that people who are in this particular place, if you're watching readings, you're already gonna be a little pulled to a lot of these ideas. So, you know, it makes sense, you know. I'm not offering a workshop on it, so don't worry. Sorry, just being a little bitchy. Yeah, so what you're made of, I think you're made of very wise ancient influence in your spiritual makeup, in your life. You are presenting the presence. You're presenting the presence, like you are presenting as a wise one. And we do have an indestructible enlightenment, the golden egg. Like there's so much, the sun, there's so much telling me, the healer. This is all, you should absolutely embrace a positive outlook if you can, because it feels to me it will only serve you in abundance, you know. Buffalo, bison, you know, I just did a reading recently, and I was talking about bison and the connectedness and the groundedness. And there's a reason why, you know, it's an earthy creature and is grounded, but also very spiritual, connected creature, especially to the indigenous people of the America, of North America especially. So like what, you know, what I want, I associate the buffalo with that elder wisdom, you know. And also it is traditionally, especially in Native tradition, a sign of abundance and prosperity, because when they would kill, you know, a bison, there's a lot of food there for a lot of people for a while if it's treated properly or whatever. So, you know, there's a lot to be received in, you know, and a lot to be grateful for. I feel that you're aware of that, and you may be someone who can spread that kind of outlook and that kind of love and light. Not to be like, if you know me at all, you know I'm not like a crazy hippie, so like whatever. I do not say that in a generic way. I just mean, you know what I mean. I would like to ask about the keys, the clues, a song and a feeling. You're someone who probably feels, you're so compassionate. You're probably very empathic, is part of the reason that you're a good you you can probably feel emotionally other people's vibes and energy. You can probably listen to music and be very moved by it. Not that everyone, you know, a lot of people can do that. Not everyone though. But you specifically, what I get from these two coming out together, a song and a feeling, is I was asking about where you can find your clues in your guidance, and I get that it's in your empathy, in your empathic abilities, and your ability to read emotion so well. That said, you don't have to be, you could have a lot of water placement or a prominent one. Some, you know, like in your sun or moon. Don't have to, but there's a deep, sweet, intuitive vibe for you, and you get your nutrition, your spiritual nutrition from vibing, from feeling. I feel an element here of a need to protect your energy. So what I would like to do is get a message about that. What does two need to know about protecting this beautiful energy they have? Yeah, beware of people around you. Make sure that the people around you are, that you're not picking up stuff that throws you off of your ultimate mission, you know, like to be happy. Like if you're in your good zone and your good mood, and you're trying to be like positive and optimistic and live your life in a way that is like fruitful and abundant and giving and enlightened, and then you come across someone in your daily who is you know, affecting your energy. This could be ongoing or just once. It feels like there's a need to just sort of like guard against ordinary, random, negative energy. This could be as simple as like, if you get easily irritated while driving, or, you know, like, or just easily upset by offhanded remarks or actions just people in your sphere make, like kind of just have to take it all with a grain of salt, I guess. More about protection. Try again. Yeah, just take another, remember who you are, and take that other way of thinking. You have the power to shift it. And I think that that's what we see here with the Nine of Swords and the Four of Swords, like contemplating and like the danger of falling into this like dark mental energy. And then you have the Queen of Wands and the Empress, which is just like crazy good manifestation and beauty and like attractiveness and what you really want, you know. So I think that anytime you're in a situation where you're looking at darkness and you might feel like you're getting sucked in or pulled into it, like remember what it is you're here for. Remember what it is what you want to exude, so that you attract that. I want a message about your strength, because I feel there's a lot here about that in this reading. A message about the strength of people in group 2. A dream. I just got that you're a powerful dreamer, and I don't mean like, okay, so yes, in dreams you may receive messages of truth or whatever, like, but this is about your real life, like being a powerful dreamer. You have a very strong mind to influence outcomes. You know what this is what I'm getting. Like, a strength of yours is the ability to make it so, to make something you imagine real. Realize the dream. Like, that's what I get. You know, with this Empress energy and this Queen of Wands energy, absolutely. There's a lot here about remembering who you are and not forgetting that, even when times get a little shifty. And the darkness will always try to pull us in. We all go through grief. We all go through downs. That's completely natural. But there's a part of you that either needs to remember or is always willing to be, you know, to take a step back and look at a different perspective, look at things from a different point of view. If you imagine a dream, like sometimes you're in first person point of view and it's all happening to you, and sometimes you can be a more like third person, out, like looking in. So there's a lot of a message about perspective shift, you know, like sometimes if you're not seeing things how you want to see them, or they're not yielding like a feeling that feels so good, then just try to take a different stance, move yourself into a different pair of eyes or point of view, and imagine it from a different place. And, you know, like I said, yeah, the power of bringing into reality that which you imagine, very much with the Queen of Wands and the Empress, and also with the Magician and the Sun here. That's very clear to me that you're someone who can make shit happen, make good things happen. And, you know, while it's, if you have any, you know, of course you have sensitivity if you're empathic, so it's easy to be you know, just spiral into bad days. But just, it's okay to have a bad day, but at the end of it, you know, when you lay your head down at night, you're grateful, you're gentle with yourself, you're compassionate with others, and you will be strong again. I have the prompt to ask about timing. November. Okay, why? October. Timing. Why am I asking about timing? What is this about? A soulmate. So I felt the need to ask about timing. I got November, October, and then I asked, why was I asking about timing? And I got a soulmate. You saw that happen. So quite possibly someone highly significant to you could be entering, next leveling, returning, whatever. And we have October, November. So regardless of the time that you watch this, we are now at the beginning of October. So this is saying to me, either this is happening in the fall, or this is happening in October, November, or if you're getting this in a different month than the recording, I think it's about October 5th right now, my message to you would be that it is within 2 months. That there's a message for you, that a significant person in your soul's journey, romantic or otherwise. Soulmates, to me, soulmates can be friends, family, lovers, but also pets. I've probably rambled about that. I feel like one of my biggest soulmates in my life was was a cat I had. And I've had a couple that I felt were, actually. And anyway, for you, a soulmate in the next couple of months. If you're watching this now in October, there you go. That was pretty amazing. Thank me later. What else? Okay, something else that is coming that you don't expect. Something else, something good is coming that you don't expect. Something crystal clear and good is coming. Something that feels like a win. What's that about? Maybe something you've wondered. I said something you don't expect, but something you've wondered, you've thought maybe it would or maybe it wouldn't. Could be, I guess, technically related to this soulmate, but let me see. It felt like something else. Something that is coming that you didn't know would or wasn't, that you weren't sure would come or not. Something good that you weren't sure. There's something good coming that you weren't sure if it would come or not. Be careful. I just feel like be careful identifying this thing. I still feel like it's something you may not expect when you see it. So that's where the trick lies. Can I know what it is? A movie. Is there something in a movie? Let me see. I mean, if you've seen any movies that involve, I'm just going to say these random things. If you see any movies that involve knights, Vikings, or Cleopatra, look for a message in there about what specifically it could be. Something coming. Something coming in the spring. I really want to know. I know it's a general, so it might vary. It might be something, I mean, of course it's going to be something different for different people. Something you wrote. Listen, you know, this is kind of freaking me out because I'm a writer and I've written things, and there is for me a tie-in to what I said about a movie and a night thing, and it's all personal, but that just kind of freaked me out. So, you know, for me to convey this message to you, I don't think it could be something you wrote, but I feel the hints I'm getting here in order to tell you what it is, this unexpected thing this good thing that is happening for you and coming. To me, it has to do with a goal of yours, a personal goal, something you would like to accomplish happening. And it feels like you kind of never really were sure it would happen. Because if I tell you specifically, like, yeah, kind of like wanted to publish, but I haven't really worked really hard at it, and I don't know if I can count on that. It's like when, you know, you go, if you want to try to be an artist or a musician or a writer, you may or may not have success, right? And those are all things I do. So, so I'm very familiar with that. But my point being, like, for me personally, this is, these are hints for me to convey a message to you. I personally don't, you know, I realize I cannot just expect to be published and have success, right? But possibly something I wrote, which I know what it is because of this movie card, maybe something's going to happen in the spring with that. So my message to you is something that you have wanted to do but not really been sure it was possible, not really a maybe we got, like not really sure how to do it, or if it was realistic, if it was just a dream, we saw that too. Then, you know, there's a good deep message for you here that you can have it and it can happen. Okay. Tell me something about Group 2's third eye. Why? What do I need to know? There's something I need to tell you about your third eye. Learn. Learn. Learn about accessing your intuition and visualization, creative visualization for manifestation, I think. You can self-teach these things. I certainly haven't learned from much outside. Is there more about this learning, this third eye learning? Think before saying. Oof. I just get that not everything you think is true. And sometimes being an empathic person, which I've already established I think you are, sometimes you think you've read somebody, and before you sum them up and tell them what it is you think they want to know or need to know, allow yourself more time to assess your intuition. Like, you know, I take a lot of pauses, and I've seen other readers who are more deliberate as well. And then you see people who just rattle off messages. I don't trust those as much, but it doesn't mean they're not true. I appreciate somebody who's considering what they're saying. So I think, you know, for you, this other message that I needed to get about your third eye is just realizing that not everything you think you know is how you read it. There's a humbleness with the third eye question here, like a humility, like feeling powerful, feeling connected, but also staying humble vibe. Stay humble with your superpower, my child. I just feel like that's the message. You know, don't get lost in, I just heard Frank Ocean, lost in the heat of it all. Oh, now I can't get that song out of my head. You're good at reading people though. So that's where I think this can come in, this Nine of Swords energy. It can be very easy, if you're that sensitive, it can be very easy to pick up other people's darkness. What else? What can I ask? Let me go over here. Can I have a message about this Empress and Queen of Wands energy? This beautiful message about reverence for beauty and life and abundance available and power and attraction. Curiosity. Stay mindful. The answer you seek. Staying open, staying in your compassionate, generous mindset, and the genuine desire that you have to find solutions, find light, find clarity, find messages, find answers, find your path, help others find their paths. I believe that is all tied up in this energy from that you are meant to know about right now. This is a funny card, sports, dancing, and active, but I was looking at this card, the contemplation. So I guess I just want to tell you that through physical activity, especially dancing, I feel for you, there's a letting go of tension that can happen there, and a letting go of anything that's kind of like worked you up, a letting go of anxiety that may try to get you. So that's something to know, that you may need to know right now, is remember to activate your big muscles and your physical to help sort of navigate times of not being sure exactly what's going on, or finding your own peace. Like there's an element here of you really satisfying your physical body and using it and appreciating it and treating it like a temple in a way, and treating it like a beautiful vessel, Empress energy, like in order to fully realize all that you have and are. Okay. All right. I just looked at the timer. This is insanity. Let me just stop, because like I said, it's insanity. Yeah, feels good. I hope you got good messages from this. I hope it connected to you. You felt you were in there, and do please let me know. Hope to see you again. Thank you. Hi. Three. With the labradorite. And the dream is the portal card. You have labyrinth, journey, super fitting, mountain, strength, egg, birth, expanse. I have wax on my table because I just had a fucking incident with a candle. Sorry. And And I'm going to get an animal messenger. An animal. Zebra. Your energy. This reading is cool. This one's a little out there. I'll try not to go into my random place and talk all crazy, but I will say there is there's a really far out deep vibe for you, like a real willingness to get out there with your ideas and to explore so many possible truths, to creatively seek solutions. Okay, the reason I'm getting up is I did not pick a deck. I'll be all right. I'm gonna get a deck for you, just for you. I think with you having this kind of energy, let me see. Let's go with the dragons. Tarot of Dragons for you. I'm into it. Should probably put my glasses on though. The writing is little on these. Let me see. So the first thing I'm going to do is get a read on your current and recent surface level situations, knowingness. For group 3, talk to me about current and recent energy, current and recent awareness, current and recent situations. We have a 4 of Wands. Glasses on. Current and recent energy for group 3. Whoa. Current and recent energy for group 3. Judgment. Current and recent for 3. The Sire of Swords. Is that the King? Damn, these changes. I've been through this before. I always forget. I think it's the King. Right? Let me look and see if I see any. I just want to make sure it's not a knight. Can't find a knight. Can't find. Looks like a king. I'm gonna say it's a king. Does that look like a king to you? Whatever. Sorry. All right. 4 of Wands and current and recent energy for 3. 4 of Wands because 5 of Cups. Judgment. Five of Pentacles. All right. King of Swords. What? Fortune's Wheel. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Okay. So let me tell you what I'm getting here, and then you can kind of know if this feels like you. for the rest to come. Current recent energy looks to me like you're making decisions, taking ownership, and trying to manifest good vibes, good, you know, happy times, like trying to get yourself out there more. So, you know, trying to align and sync up with good stuff. And the reason being, because look at these pesky fives, 5 of Cups and 5 of Pentacles. You know, it feels like something kind of let you down and you're getting back up again. There's a really like powerful surge of like, you know, getting up and dusting yourself off and being like, nope, this is not going to define me. Strength, Mountain. You're in this for the ride. You're in this for the journey. You're appreciating that, you know, one door closes and another one opens kind of vibe. 5 of Pentacles, like something, you know, having to make decisions about things or something that left you feeling lack, that wasn't, you know, reflecting your worth, that was making you feel like you were just losing, you know, like losing on your investment and losing on your time and energy, and you're you know, you're spending too much time like possibly trying to get blood from a stone is the feeling that I get here. Like just kind of recognizing, making decisions about a situation, recognizing this situation just wasn't gonna make you feel good. It just, all it did was upset, you know. And then Wheel of Fortune as an answer to this King of Swords, like really taking the lead in your life in finding your way toward your destiny, journey, the dream, the portal, the expanse, like oh my goodness, the chills. Like it's written all over this so far for me that you are someone who is an adventurer in life. Like you enjoy the richness of experience, you enjoy the unfolding, you take the good, you take the bad, you brush yourself off when the bad happens. You have a lot of strength when it comes to this. You have a very determined energy that is interested in finding all that is meant to be good and fruitful for you. Like there's definitely, you feel like you're destined for more. You feel ready for this transition. You realize that you're in the driver's seat, that you're the one who can make this happen. You realize that losing energy in situations that don't serve you is not going to get you there. You have big dreams, you have big ideas, you have big goals and plans, even if you don't know when they really, if they haven't taken shape or form yet. You just know you're destined for more. You know there's more to come. You know that finding your way to it won't always be smooth. You're accepting of that. You realize on some level that we're all just souls trying to make our way. You're not gonna waste a lot of time being mad at people that, you know, weren't in alignment with you. You are probably somewhat creative or a great appreciator of beauty and art and music, creativity, like someone who is quite unique. You're not just like probably just like a mainstream type of person. Like you're probably a little more a little more out there. Like I said, like you like who you are. I think at the base of everything, that's like important to say. Like you know that you have something, and you may be in a process right now of figuring out what that is, and feeling the sense that you have this greater purpose, and really trying to put together what that may be. You may feel that the sky's the limit, and anything is possible, and you may feel really excited about all the potentials, the many avenues, and realizing that choosing any path is going to lead you somewhere. And there's this adventurous part of you that enjoys the journey, like I think I said, so like you're kind of like, as long as I'm just like moving forward, like you have a real strength about the whole thing. Like going forward, you're kind of like, I'm gonna be okay, and things aren't always gonna be great, but I'm interested in learning along the way, because I know I'm destined for more. That's what I get for you. If that feels like you, let's get into your really big messages. What can I tell? 3, 10 of Cups, Death, Birth, Ten of Pentacles, the Empress. Yo, I have so much faith in you and your reading right now. This is amazing. You have a 10 of Cups and a 10 of Pentacles, and this is what I'm here to tell you about. And then you have the Death and the Empress over here as well. Death, birth, rebirth, transformation, becoming all that is next, becoming what it is that you are. Life in the physical is what it is, and it's short relatively, but spiritually you go on and on and on and on. And I get that feeling, and I get that vibe that you understand that, and you're here to have to make the most of your time here as the spiritual being in this body that you have. You feel, like I said here, with the zebra, there's this appreciation for art, if not actually being a creator, a creative person. And you do probably have a creative vibe, because you got the Empress here, all that Venus energy, just like this love and reverence for the beauty of life, and the gift that it is. That it feels like a gift to you. Like you may wake up, you may have a generally good outlook and a generally easy come easy go outlook, because you just think life is a gift. This 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles, whoa. What? It just sounds to me like you've got some pretty amazing just amazing results headed your way. Move them up. 10 of Cups being the bliss and the happy ending. It doesn't have to be an ending, but the reaching the end of the not the end. I don't want to say end, because I don't feel end. It's not about an end. It's about reaching a really full buffet of goodness. You walk in, and there's just this feast of goodness for you to indulge in, to just partake in and to be a part of. And that's such a good, happy energy. And it feels, 10 of Cups, we often say this is love. So if you're not in a love connection right now, that could be very much within grasp and lurking and lingering in the spiritual depths, like to like for timing and for the lineup. But if you already are in a connection, it could just mean like just finding like a bliss, like finding like a happiness, finding a happy place and peace and just being things being so just nice, you know, like attainment of happiness. And then the Ten of Pentacles speaking about abundance and really bringing it all together, having success and having abundance and bringing maybe family together, like creating a happy home. What is that song? Oh, it's a Weekend song. This is a happy home or something, whatever. I got happy home. Just a lot of happiness here with love and home and or life and abundance. You know, it could be either or both. Because that's going to vary. This is general. So it depends on your situation, but it feels like there's so much goodness like right there. Like it's just like you're on the right tip. Like your energy is absolutely prime for this energy, and that's like a message of confirmation and an affirmation and a support from the spiritual realm. This Death and Empress, you know, that appreciation for life that I was talking about, and that ability to transform and change and regenerate and become, you know, to take the good from the bad, to take the good with the bad, to not see it necessarily as good and bad. I think you may be someone who's deeper than that, and you just see it as what it is. Like you give me like a real far out vibe and a real deep depth and a real like acceptance of being able to you know, travel the experience and you know, it's nice. Okay. The next thing I'm gonna do is get into this psychically, and I'm gonna get some. So I'm using my clue cards. I'm really looking into this image that you chose, all of your reading in mind, and wow. This has not been doing this for the others. You have a really intense thing happening. That's the first time this thing is lit up like that. I feel super connected to this energy. And I'm going to tell you right now, this doesn't feel like my energy because I'm not a very optimistic person. I'm a Scorpio moon. I'm down with the death and rebirth, but let me tell you, I'm not easy come, easy go. All right, so I'm gonna get into, I'll be prompted psychically to answer some questions and get some messages, and I'm gonna go into parts of the cards that are on the table to get some messages. That's what I've been doing, and it's been working really well. I did shuffle mix these pretty well before, but I just want to get into this. What kinds of things, I'm curious, what kinds of blockages and with such an easygoing person, what kinds of blockages should 3 consider being in the way of all this? Something about your hopes, something you wrote. I just got a letter. Did you write someone a letter or a message or an email? And something new. this could be a lot of things. I actually have a lot of ideas about it, but something that's really coming for me here is the idea of rituals and spell casting type stuff, you know, something that you're hoping for. And when I see this, I'm feeling, because we're talking about blockages, I'm getting a feeling that I don't know what specifically any one individual who watches this reading, what your blocks may be. I didn't get something like that from this question. What I ended up getting is this feeling of you setting intentions in a ritualistic way, and for pulling in what you want, and having that actually kind of bring you something that you didn't want, that you didn't expect. I don't say want. Maybe you set your intentions on a specific situation, whether that's involving a person or a life situation. You may have had hopes and set your intentions for that, but instead things may not have, despite your efforts and your powerful intention, turned out how you expect. And you may have felt this was a block, like that your intention doesn't work, or like you didn't have the manifestation power or whatever. But the message that I get for you is that you just may not be aware of what you really want. Ultimately, you may not know exactly what it looks like. It may be something you haven't really thought of, and you seem open to that. You seem open to the unfolding of what life has to bring. So when you setting your hopes and intentions too tightly around any one situation or person, you may find that it won't turn out how you expect, because what you're really ultimately for example, say you really like somebody and you really want things to work out with them, and you set all these intentions. Maybe you burn a candle, you write some messages and do some witchy shit. Well, it may not go how you wanted with this person, or expected, or thought, or hoped, but that's because what you really wished for was not for this person to change and be what you want. Because that's not what you want. That's not true to anyone's experience. You want anyone you genuinely care about to or love unconditionally, or have that feeling for. You want them to be truthful to their own journey, and you would never use something like that to try to get someone to be something for you, because what it is you want, you're calling it in, even if it doesn't look how you expected. So you do this thing and you're hoping it's this one, but it turns out it's not this one, it's this one, but you've put the intention out there. Does that make sense? I know I just went on a very long thing. So I hope so. And it really feels like it echoes over here. Like, it looked like you're dusting yourself off from a disappointment, and you made decisions about a place where your energy wasn't being possibly respected or appreciated, and really just taking control and taking power of your own, ability to drive your own life and meet your destiny on your terms, right? Partly yours and partly your guides. I'd like to ask another question about this. Let's ask what I just talked about. It looks like that itself was, when I asked about blockages, it's that things don't always appear how you expect. And but don't let that have you thinking that you can't create or manifest. Can I have a message about threes decision making, looking out for themselves? A meeting, and red flags. Yeah. Maybe it was someone you didn't know that well, but it's someone you met, and the red flags, you got them. You dealt with it. I think you dealt with it, or you're dealing with it. This is current or recent. So if you're still dealing with it, deal with it. Like, make the decision and just like get the red flags, get the person with the red flags out of the way so that you can take the control here to meet your destiny. You cannot pull in what you really want when you're giving energy to the wrong situation. And yes, there are wrong situations, and you seem like someone who needs to be reminded of that because you seem to just like be down for the experience of everything. But they don't have to linger, you know? Maybe they're not wrong, but they're not right, and they don't have to linger. Can I have another message about 3 and this beautiful ability and strength in recovery that you have, and recovering from setbacks? Curiosity. Yeah, you have like a youthful vibe, a youthful spirit. Open, very open to possibilities, open to learning. And one more about, what am I talking about? The 3's ability to recover. Your comfort zone. You just know what you like, and you know what you're not comfortable with. You have, you may even have you may even be a little finicky in your, you know, in your zone, in what you want around you. And maybe that's why it's so easy to let go, or not always easy, but why you're inclined to want to let go of things that aren't making you comfortable. You know what makes you comfortable. That's why you can see red flags. But you're open, so you're gonna meet situations and people that are not within your comfort zone. Okay. I want to talk about this ownership of this driver's seat. This you knowing you're the director of, you know, your choices at work or school. Okay. So I think that there's certainly an element of play regarding like what you're doing and your usual spots. So basically this is telling me that what you have going on, what you do, you know, your usual spots, work, school, like whatever it is where you're spending like a decent enough amount of time. This is like an area where your power and your recognition of your ability to control your choices and whatnot. This is where this is reinforced. If this is all romance related, it doesn't have to be, but if it is, then I would say it is your other parts of your life, in your daily, in your what you do, that affirm to you and give you strength and make you feel secure and whole, and give you the wherewithal to like make decisions and exercise power the right way, like the way it should be, to bring what is true along your path. Yeah, so look to your passions, hobbies, creative outlets, work, education, learning endeavors, whatever other enterprises, whatever other things you do, hobbies, sports, these sorts of things. Whatever it is you do and wherever it is you go is holding confirmation for you that you're a whole and decided and knowing person who knows what's best for you. You know what's best for you, and you feel relatively confident in all realms, Okay. Let me go over here and look at these 10s. So we have a 10 of Cups. Are we talking about love? No. What are we talking about in this 10 of Cups? A beautiful message. Oh. You know what this says to me? Hope. It may not be the solidification of, or the union, like a 2 of Cups. It may not be that, but it may be a message of hope about it. And it could come from anywhere. What else? Please tell me more about this 10 of Cups message for 3. Learn. So you may find a lot of your ecstasy and a lot of your or ecstatic bliss that I've felt for you here, like this happiness, this contentment. It may involve learning. It may involve learning information through a message. So take that as you will. There's certainly, for me, a feeling of getting an answer, of learning the truth through a message. Something that gives you hope that bliss is ahead. Even if it's not necessarily the actualization of a relationship right now. It's the hope. It's the confirmation through something that you learn through some sort of beautiful message. This could be an actual message. This could be signs. This could be a conversation. Okay. What about the 10 of Pentacles, this abundance and happy home energy? A dream. Ooh. A happy home. 10 of Pentacles. I think something that you've wanted, something you read, something you've wanted, and I got something that you've seen in a magazine, which, does anyone even look at magazines anymore? But regarding home, or, it could be like Instagram or something, who I'm really mad at because they locked me out. But anyway, it could be something that you've read or seen, I would like to say, like in a magazine or in pictures on a website or whatever, that relates to your kind of dream life, your dream setup. I get like the house, the deal, like something about how somebody's living that you see and feel inspired by. Someone appears, remember, it's all a facade. Someone appears to be doing it how you would like to do it. And there is a message for you there that is attainable for you. You know, for example, say you're an Etsy crafter. You know, you have a skill, a craft that you do, and you've seen somewhere on Instagram or something, somebody who does that thing, where maybe is making jewelry, and they're living this life, and you're like, I like that life. I like that aesthetic. I like that they've got it going on. They seem to be busy. Their jewelry is in demand. I don't really know this person, but they seem to be living a life the way I would like for mine to be set up. And this is a message that's just an example that you, it's attainable for you to live how you want to live, to create the life you want to live, to realize your own dreams is absolutely here for you. Regarding the rebirth here, because we've got a birth and we've got a death, and it just speaks of a transition. Is there a message about transformation for this group 3? All right, I got 2 here. A song, your crush, this is really specific. You knew it. Yep. This feels to me like someone you've liked, someone you've had your eye on, or someone you've actually been involved with, someone you care about, or someone you want. Maybe you heard a song and you took it as a message, and you had a feeling, and it turned out to be true. And if you don't know yet that it was true, I'm letting you know that your intuition about it is true. Now, regarding death and birth, rebirth, and transformation, this is telling me that you, have the ability to know what's up, and you may have a heightened or new ability to kind of read situations. You got red flags down here, like you really come into a place of power and taking control and taking responsibility for what you allow and what you don't, and what you do, and what you do with your energy, where you put it. And with this transformation energy comes your acknowledgement or affirmation about your being able to pick up signs about the places where you're putting the energy. I've had this happen, and I know, sometimes like you'll just have an idea, like a song will perfectly fit. I mean, music is a beautiful conduit, and I have my whole lyrics deck, psychic radio deck, and maybe we should pull one of those or 2 of those. In your transformation energy, though, specifically, and in your rebirth, is this knowingness about how people feel and whether or not to move forward, or how to move forward. And like we got for this 10 of Cups, we got the beautiful message that it wasn't necessarily about a relationship, but about a hope. So I think this is a message as well. This is an intuitive message, a song. You knew it. And these are related to relationships and love, but it feels like the real takeaway, regardless of anything happening and actualizing, the real takeaway is your keen perception. But just for fun, and I didn't do it for the others, I am gonna see about a let me get the psychic radio in here about your this is gonna be completely random and it can't possibly fit everyone, but I'm just hoping it hits somebody. Because I know when I saw this, I had a hit. I know exactly what song I was thinking of. I know exactly what situation I was thinking of. So, especially if you heard the song randomly twice, I'll say. The song that exemplifies your feelings about somebody, or what you thought their feelings about you were. That's actually it. Like, I heard a song and I thought it was someone's feelings about me. And then I heard that same song later, same day, same place, whole story. And I was right. What's on the psychic radio for 3? I know when that I know when that hotline bling. Okay. You probably know you're gonna hear from somebody when they want to hit it. They're gonna you up you. What else? You want me to forget, pretend we never met. Sounds like a ghost with no conscience. I don't mean a ghost. I mean the ghoster. And I'm never gonna dance again. Watch out for someone being dramatic and saying what they think you want to hear, or saying that they realized something that they lost, and you decide whether they are being completely true or kind of trying to manipulate you. Coffee, room temperature. Okay, so we got into that. Oh shit, it's been a while. All right, I'm just gonna go into this. Tell me a message about dreams specifically that 3 needs to hear today. Vacation. A feeling. Spring. That makes me feel a spring break vibe, but you know, we're on the opposite side of that at the time of recording. But this gives me the feeling that if you have had this sort of desire to travel, or some place specifically that you want to go, if you've had like a feeling something magical could happen on such a thing, go for it. I have, you know, I myself and my friends, I've known this is something that we do. You know, we'll be like, ooh, I'm going on this trip. Maybe I'll meet somebody I'm supposed to meet, you know, and you feel that way. And I think that the message here is that if there's a place you've dreamed of going and you just have a feeling about it, or there's some sort of trip you want to take, short or long, doesn't matter, not too far or very far, like something that some place you've been wanting to go, that you've sort of dreamed of going, the advice here is to go for it, because and it may be a springtime destination, I don't know, or it can be like a place where you'll experience a rebirthing, but there's definitely a call to you to make that happen and to go ahead and do you. And you have this adventurous spirit, you know, this expanse and this journey. You have that already spelled out in these cards. So I do feel you're supported in your trip planning and travel making happening because you need, you know, there are things for you to discover out there. I'm going to get one more regarding the portal. Talk to me about this, a doorway for 3. Feeling down. I definitely, all right, hold on. The answer you seek. Safe. This may sound a little wacky, but like I definitely immediately was brought back to this, you know, and how you have some sadness and disappointment and some place where energy is being spent for nothing, you know, these sorts of situations. I feel like you're someone, and with this strength card, you're someone who, you know how, did you ever see Rocky? You know, one thing I love about Rocky, I love boxing, is he really, you know, once he really started getting beaten down was when the tiger came, you know, like that's like he would take it and take it and take it, and then he would just like come back with a vengeance. And like that's the kind of vibe I'm talking about here. Like when you get knocked down, that's what I was talking about, getting back up again. When you feel someone is discounting you, if you feel like your energy is being misused or abused, you have a fighter spirit in you that it actually like motivates you to be like, oh no, fuck that. Like I get that for you. That as far as like doorways for you and portals into your destiny and your path and unfolding and all these tens, there's certainly for you an attitude about when you face setbacks and negativity or anything that could bring in the average person to their knees. Like you're somebody who's just like, you feel good in that like fighter energy. You feel motivated by it. And this is exactly the type of stuff, like you're not afraid of it because, or if you don't know this already, this is the message. You're not afraid of it because you know it is a propelling force in your life to get you where you need to go. This is actually the type of energy that brings out your strength and your will and your endurance more than anything else. So you may be someone who has experienced a lot of, you may have been bullied or experienced loss over and over again, and it's caused you to develop a sense of resilience that is not only like solid and strong and fit, like your resilience, but also your resilience is an actual catalyst to next upping. Okay, so that's my messages for ya. Really awesome, really awesome. You seem like a rad person. So yeah, hope this was helpful. Let me know, and I hope I see you again. Bye.